Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in, y'all. Get on in here, get on in here, get on in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. We're now in the den. And it is Mafia Monday, y'all. Okay, we got our Mafia Monday movie, aka Monsters movie, aka Hood Edition movies. We're gonna be getting on into the Bronx Tale today. A Bronx Tale, I should say, okay? And I got my girl Moochie in the building, okay, coming through from Queens with her hammer to discuss this with me today. What's going on? I don't know if Moochie's here. She's here, but she might have stepped away for a minute.
Oh,
But
I didn't
yes,
step away. I forgot
okay.
I forgot to unmute myself. My bad, y'all. I'm busy talking, thinking everybody hear me. What's up, y'all? Ew. So I had to give y'all the good ow.
All right. What's going on, everybody? I'm excited to talk about this today. I've been wanting to talk about this movie for a minute, y'all. Y'all know I always like to kind of start out with some fun facts. Yes. Well, I don't know if they so much, facts, but definitely just shine a light and give a little bit of why I like this movie so much and, different little background on it and things of that nature. Okay. So, first and foremost, this was a screenplay first, and it was a play that was by Chazzpaliminteri. I'm probably not pronouncing his last name right, so don't judge me on that. I'll be chopping up the names. But Robert De Niro actually came and saw his play. I believe it was in 1991 in Los Angeles, and he liked it so much, and he approached him about turning it into a movie. And he had actually had a lot of people approach him. Some people, I think the highest he got offered was like $1 million, but he was turning down everybody. But for some reason, whatever Robert De Niro said to him, he was like, okay, I could go with it, but I do want to keep it very close. I don't want that many changes, as far as from the play to the movie, because this was based around his life. And so he took it very personally. And he let Robert De Niro produce and direct the movie. They worked on, everything together close, and they both also starred in the movie. So of course, Chazzpaliminteri plays Sonny, and then you have Robert De Niro playing Lorenzo. And Robert De Niro specifically asked to play Sonny, so he wanted to, one, be acknowledged as a director, and two, he wanted to kind of play a different role than what he normally would play. So he didn't want to be no shoot 'em up, bang bang, gangster. He wants to be the father. So I thought that was interesting, kind of give himself a different, aspect or whatever.
So what you're saying is Robert De Niro wanted to be the father and not the gangster.
Right.
Can I ask you a question too? Did Chazzpaliminteri want him to actually play his character? Sonny?
I don't really know. I would want to know that, because I didn't see anything that said that he specifically wanted Robert De Niro to play a particular role. It just was like that was his request, one, to be able to be, director. This was the first project that his film company actually took on, and it was the first time that he was able to be kind of accepted and acknowledged as a director. So that was definitely a big deal for him. I think they just spent like 10 million to make the movie. It was only in about 1,700 theaters, if I'm remembering it right, and it made about 17 million. So it really didn't make that much more, but they did make their money back that they spent on it, and then an extra 7 million. It wasn't like a big blockbuster, and so yeah, this was his first film that he was able to be a director, and then of course, just playing a different type of role. You figure he had did Taxi Driver and known for the Mafia movies, so definitely trying to take it into a different direction. Now,
I want to say he came off the heels of Goodfellas with this movie, because if you back in the day, we was buying what Tamika, the VCR tapes. It wasn't even DVD tapes when this. So yeah. This is and it's based on a true story. This is actually his story as a child, his child in the story.
Right.
And so we watch him grow up in this. So I like the movie just for the whole nostalgia, everything. And like I said, my dad just left here and he watched this movie with me just because of the music and things of that nature. Oh, your little thing fell.
Yeah. I always gotta have some technical difficulties. 1 minute, y'all. Let me
what you
put
want to
this.
fix? If you can fix it back, if you want to go off the screen and fix it, I'll keep everybody occupied. Hey, Kenzel.
Thank you.
Okay, Inga's here. What's up, Inga? What about that kid? I can't think of the actor's name, but he went to prison. Oh, you talking about the guy that played Calogero? Let me get his name. I know his name. I know it's Leo. And come to find out, y'all know he's not Italian, right? He's from Colombia. I think Colombia. I know but he was adopted by an Italian family, or he was adopted when he was a kid. Yeah, I'm looking up his name, y'all, because I know his name. I know it's Lilo something. Yeah, Lillobrancato. That's his name. So yeah, and one of my favorite movies, got this movie on DVD somewhere in the house, Catching Dust. Look, you might be taking that out and blowing the dust off it and play it if we lose electricity. What's up, Dow Infomurders? Hey ladies, this is one of my faves. I used to pretend to be Taralhicks character. Oh, so you must have been little when this came out for you to be acting like the girl. Let me see who else is here. Hey Monique. And I did say hi to Candy. Hi Daria. All right. You know what another fun fact is? He actually those were actually the old city buses, and that bus that he was driving in that movie is actually in the Transit Museum. So that's a fun fact too. I just know that because I drove the bus, and that bus is in the Transit Museum. Okay,
that's a good one too. Yeah. So the person I wanted to shine a light on, because of course we know Robert De Niro's in here, then we know Chazzpaliminteri's in here. I heard you talking about Lilo. I don't want to butcher his last name. Yes. Okay. Then we had Taralhicks. Okay, and I didn't know her personally, but we kind of went in the same circles. My best friend went to Dodge High School with her, and they was in the choir together. So a lot of the performances that she did in Dodge, I used to go and see her sing there. I remember being all excited with her and my mom want to sing, and just seeing her get to different things and being excited when I heard she was going to be in Abronxtale. It was like I was always rooting for her. Always thought she was a beautiful dark sister. Okay, representing.
And she ages. She looks good. She's a school teacher now, actually.
Yes. So I always thought she could go far. Of course, not only was she able to come in here and act, but she also could sing her daggone behind off. And of course, a lot of people also know her from Belly, Keisha.
Yeah, I was gonna say that next. Because Belly is like, that's the character that every dark-skinned girl, you rub the baby all on you and look like a nice chocolate bar.
Yes, okay. Chocolate girl listening. So she was in a lot of things, but she did have small roles in like Just Cause, A Preacher's Wife, and she also played in Tyler Perry's Bam's Place, I want to say it was. And then she had like a record on Motown. I don't think it did that big. She worked with like Teddy Riley, a few of them. She had a song with Missy Elliott. The biggest
she had a whole album when she was with Motown. She actually she remade Denise Williams' Silly.
Yes,
she did an awesome job on it.
I remember I had that on cassette tape and was running it in the daggone ground. For real. So shout out to her. Shine a light on her.
Another fun fact before we go on. When she's in the movie Belly, her music video is playing in the background of her singing Silly. So that was just a fun fact. I'm gonna let you.
Yeah. So and she actually recently, I think it was last year, if you guys know 21 Radio, they are on YouTube. He did a video interview with her when she had a movie that came out on Tubi, and I'm so mad that I didn't write down the movie. I remember I watched it. But yeah, so she still be doing little different projects on the side as well. But that was just a little fun fact, shine a light on her. Okay, I had to do that for a minute before we
I
get
want
into
to say
all
it
of
was
the
the movie
things.
Gaslight.
Yeah, yep, you right.
Okay. See, look,
Mm-hmm.
I'm, I'm doing
Yep,
the
and
alley
that
oop
was
today.
it.
Okay.
Okay. Yep. Hey, Candy Love, what's going
Ooh.
on, girl? Hey, Kendall. Hey, Lemon Kush. Thank you for coming through. What's up, Monique 69 Ways? Hey, down in for movies. I was about to say the other word. You know, I always be messing that up.
I know. I be saying that the dial infamous. I ain't want to
Mm-hmm.
say the rest.
What's
I have
going
to catch
on,
myself.
Inga? Okay. I don't think I've seen you before, and I don't want to mess your name up, but thank you for coming through. I know
Andretta Crittenden.
I'll be butchering the names.
Andrea. I don't
Thank
know.
you for
Only I'm
joining
butchering.
us. Yeah, y'all. I'm trying to see if I see anybody else. Of course, Daria is always the first one in the building. Thank you for
Mm-hmm.
always supporting. So yeah, y'all. Of course, when we get into this it's kind of like, of course y'all know I like it because of the Bronx. That goes without saying. And we start out with him telling us his background and the fact that he's over by Fordham Road, and back then we doing the do wop 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 wop. Okay, we over on 187th Street, and I actually used to live on 183rd before my mom finally got the call. I think it was between three places, and she chose, of course, where we are now. But so yeah, I used to do a lot of my shopping and stuff like that on Fordham Road. But of course, I wasn't all the way back in this time. This was before my time. But so yeah, we was on 187th, and he just was giving the background, showing the stores and how the guys was hanging outside. It cracks me up with the part where he says the guys is outside and they trying to get their loves, but the guys literally yelling at her like, "Get the F in the car," and she going now.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, that love is all right. And he's talking about the first time that he, sees Sonny. And pretty much at this point, Sonny don't really know who the hell he is or pay him any mind, but he already knew, who he was. And then, of course, we start to learn about his dad being the bus driver and the route that he takes. And we seeing these kids jumping up on the back of the daggone bus.
Yeah.
Moochie, you know about them days.
I didn't drive the buses with the back window. When I came, the Blitzes was gone, and those had no power steering. See, don't let me not go there. I don't want to go too deep down the rabbit hole with that. But those buses don't have power steering. You used to stand up in them jokers to turn them. But that was I came when the other buses came, so shortly after that.
This part had me
that's
cracking
not a blitz,
up.
that's another bus. But yeah,
This part had me cracking up too, because he literally kept stopping the bus, standing up. I don't know if I would have been doing all of that, but I get it. And then every time he
sometimes
would
you
walk
gotta do stuff like that.
and
Them kids
try to
be
get
doing
them
dumb
off, they
stuff.
would run. And then
Don't
they
get me
would.
wrong, they do hang on the back of the buses though, where you could see them, where you gotta look. And now they do that surfing stuff.
Yes, I remember them doing that all the time, and mad people getting hurt too, messing around with that. So yeah, I always thought that part was funny, that he was like taking the time to stop and then go back and stop and go back. So yeah, we definitely like see how much he loves hanging out with his dad and how he has the relationship with his dad. It's funny because watching this, and I know it was something else I watched recently, it might have been Griselda. It was a few parts in there that made me think about another show that we always be watching. We was just watching recently. It was a couple of moments and I was like, did they get that from here? Because it was definitely some similarities.
Oh yeah, we just finished doing the finale with something, and they covered the same part, and came in wrong crap and gave the wrong answer to me.
Well, yeah,
I'm
I noticed that. So of course, when he drops him off by the house, he's of course telling him go straight upstairs, don't stay downstairs. But you know how hard headed, kids are with what they gonna do. Because Mama would always be waiting and looking out the window when he would come. So he kind of starts to give us the breakdown. Okay, Sonny has a crew, right? Does anybody know any of the crew members and how they got their names?
Do I gotta put it in the private? Do I gotta? My dad was laughing at the names because he said they used to really do that. That's it.
Some of them names was definitely funny.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Anybody remember any of the names?
I'm trying to give people a little bit of time.
Yes, definitely hit that like, y'all, for us. Appreciate it so much. Hit the like, hit the share, put some comments in there.
I could tell you who's showing now. Yeah, no, that's the wrong movie. Monique 69 Ways. That's from Goodfellas. Jimmy.
Yeah,
Whispers.
It was a Whispers.
It was a Jimmy Whispers in there.
It was a Whispers.
Oh yeah, it was. That's right.
Why did they call him?
I got it mixed up with 2 times.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, it was a Whispers. That's one. Inga said, I can't remember anybody.
I remember. I'm trying to. Okay, I know JoJo the Whale. They called the other guy Coffee Cake. This guy with the toupee. They called.
Yes, we had Jimmy Whispers because he thought everything was a secret.
Yeah, that's the one that got his hand on.
The toupee guy, he had the worst toupee. Mm-hmm. Okay, and also I believe he was a singer, and nobody liked his singing, but he was always yeah. You said Coffee Cake. Why did they call him Coffee Cake?
Because his face looked like a moon, girl. It was like the Drake's coffee.
Yeah, he said it looked like the Drake's coffee cake.
That's what my father was laughing at when he was here.
Mm-hmm. And then you had Mush, who always lost, always. He just seems to have like the worst freaking luck in the world. Mm-hmm. So that's why they was like everything he touches turns to mush, basically. Did we miss anybody? Well, because they said just looking at him, it seemed like he would get fatter and fatter while you was watching him. So
yeah, JoJo the Whale. That's what they called him.
I definitely was cracking up at those daggone names, yo.
She said Crater Cakes.
Yes.
Oh man.
So of course his mama ended up coming down there and catching him down there, like, what the hell are you doing down here? Because he was supposed to be taking his behind straight upstairs, and he did not. And do anybody know how many fingers Sonny used?
3.
Mm-hmm. He said he had 5 fingers, but he only used 3. So he literally used to stand there, watch him, imitate him. For some reason, he was just so fascinated with him. But you know how that go. The more you tell somebody to stay away from something, the more intrigued and the more, they're going to want to be around them. That's usually how it goes. So,
pretty much.
Now, I think I might have missed a scene, but there was a scene that made me laugh when he goes upstairs and he's talking with his mother and father. She making him the dinner. She's like, tell your dad what you did today. We see right away that this little boy is very smart and also like just very sarcastic. And he at first was trying to lie about it. And then it was like, no, tell your father the truth. And then he tells him, and pretty much his dad is like, well, why was you going to lie? He said, hey, I had to, give it a shot. Why not? So his friends, what did you think about his friends, Moochie? Because when we first see him hang with his friends, they, of course, are imitating the guys. And they was like, do somebody hard. You keep doing easy people. Do Crater. He's like, I can't do him. And then they over here trying to do a damn robbery. What you thought about these little boys?
Oh, they was trying to rob this old man food cart.
Yeah.
And then they was sitting. But you know what? That shows you how kids emulate. This is what they were seeing back in the day, the hustlers and stuff like that. So they have the nice cars. His family didn't have a car. So he wasn't even supposed to lead that step. He had to stay on the step.
Right. Yeah, I remember them days too. You sit downstairs on the stoop, and when that light come on, you know to be upstairs before the light. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, I had that. That was a rule too in my house, my parents' house.
Absolutely. So of course we get the racism of it all. We got some black boys coming past on the bus, and they calling them the N-word and trying to chase down the damn bus and all of that. And his father was like, just did the whistle. My father used to do that. I can't whistle, but he whistled immediately out that window. He was like, "What?"
That's what made my father sit down when he was watching it. I said, "You see how he whistled? How you used to whistle for us?" Because my father used to go to the corner, and if we was playing on the block, he would whistle, and you had to come home.
Yep.
But that was like on the weekends and stuff.
So Moochie, break this scene down. What you thought about this when we have a little car accident and Calogero? What the heck was his name? Was hard to pronounce.
Calogero.
He witnesses something.
Yeah, he thinking they arguing over parking space, but I think this was much deeper. But at that age, that's what a kid sees. And he sees this whole thing transpire. Sees how they get out the car and argue back and forth, and how the other guy gets out with a bat and starts hitting his windshield. And then, Sonny with the, the pow pow. And he sees all of it. And he took the guy out with the bat. And then all of his people came and they got rid of the guy that got hit. They got rid of the car.
They was moving fast.
Yes, it was so fast. But you can't do stuff like this now because there's cameras all over.
Yeah. And I think he says this is the first time that like Sonny, makes eye contact with him. Of course, his father moves fast and gets down there and hurries up and yanks him upstairs. So now I found it so funny that these cops got upstairs as fast as they did. These cops irritated the hell out of me. What you thought about them?
They did too, because you're gonna get this kid to come outside, march him outside in front of all of these people. Everybody's outside, and you want him to say who did this.
Exactly. Like, how you gonna bring a little boy out in front of everybody, the whole block watching now? None of these other people you go to. I felt like the cops was watching the whole time and they saw everything too, because how did you get to their door in 2.5 seconds? And then gonna say, we know for a fact he was down there. And then he going, yeah, Dad, I know. I thought, I was like, little boy, if you don't shut the hell up. Oh my God. So then of course, they literally got them lined up and got him coming right in front of them, looking in their faces, and they going, is it that one? Is it that one? Is it that one? And he not answering. He just keep looking, and then him and his father kind of meet. Yeah. They kind of make eye contact, and it's kind of like that unspoken word.
Did you see the look he gave when he had to look in Coffee Cake's face?
Yeah.
He was just like a look of disgust.
I really wanted to beat these cops behind, though. They was being so disrespectful to him in the house, and then they had the nerve to have a little attitude with, Calogero. I'm just gonna call him C, y'all. C. Yeah. They had an attitude with him, like, just tell us. And they like, oh, this is what y'all gonna do. Okay, nobody see nothing. Like, hell no, we ain't see nothing. Y'all know damn well they'll turn up in the freaking river tomorrow. Talking about they saw something. Like, why y'all don't take him? And I'm pretty sure y'all saw it too. Yeah, so now when he go back upstairs, he's kind of thinking about it, and I don't think I had got the screenshot for that either, but I think it really hits him once he sees the funeral. Like at first he was just saying to his father, I did the right thing, right? And he said, yeah, you did the right thing. Uh, for the wrong person, was it? I should have wrote
Yeah,
the exact
he
quote.
said you did the right thing for a bad man.
For a bad man, exactly. But he said you did do the right thing, like you did what you had to do. It wasn't no other way around it. And he also, C says, um, now like I'm starting to wonder. He said, but the one thing I do know is like rats ain't crap. That's the lowest that you could be as a rat. So he had the sense that young, to be able to realize that. And he told him the saddest thing in life is what?
Wasted talent.
Yeah, he said he would hear that throughout most of his life, that that's the thing that his dad was always going to be saying to him. So yeah, I thought that was interesting, like the little conversation that they had. And then of course he tells him to come with him to work the next day. They gonna ride the bus. Now, do anybody know what the last stop on the bus was? What was the last stop on the route, y'all? Let me see if anybody know.
I'm gonna put it in the chat. Let me put it in the chat. Let me put it in the chat, and you tell me if you right. If I'm right, Tamika.
Yes, Monique.
And I was just talking about this.
As hell, like how y'all got to their house that fast? To me, they had to be either in one of the buildings across the street or in their same building watching too. So I was like, why the hell y'all need this little boy? Like, what are y'all doing here? Yeah, Moochie.
Yup. I got it right.
Yep. Anybody in the chat know? Shout out to whoever was watching from Facebook. Definitely appreciate it. If y'all watching from Facebook or Twitter, hit the like over there. Thank y'all for watching over
hit
here.
The like and participate in the comments. We can see you. We see you.
Yeah. The last stop was City Island, y'all. City Island, one of my favorite places to go back in the days. We would go there, and child, now I don't know. The food done fell off, in my opinion, and it's overpriced. But back then, that was the place to go to get your seafood. And it's all different now, but they used to have these things. Don't give me the line, can't remember what the name of it was, but you would put a quarter in it to look out on the water. Child, as much quarters as I would get from my mother, and we would look out, and that you made a day out of it. You went out there to hang out. Yeah, so that was the last stop on the bus route. Those was the days, y'all, taking me back memory lane. So now when he get back, ever since C has, basically spoke up for them, they over here feeling like we can, come to his father to kind of give him like a little job. He could do some numbers for us. We could give him like a little payout. But his father wasn't trying to hear that. He didn't want no parts of it. What you thought about that, Moochie?
Well, he got a city job. He's like, if I get pinched, now you bringing this stuff on the bus. You mixing, you can't do that. Stuff could happen.
Right.
It can happen bad. You could lose it all taking a
risk. Exactly. Do anybody remember how much they wanted to pay him for it?
I'm gonna put it in the chat because I don't want to ruin it for everybody. I might be wrong. I could be right though. Yeah, Daddy wasn't having it. Nah. Did you see the chat?
All right, let me see.
I must be wrong. Am I wrong?
You close. You close.
Okay, hold on. Let me go back and I can change it now because I'm the only one here.
Yeah, his father definitely stood his ground. Daddy was not having it. He didn't care. He was like, I appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? Thank you for the offer, but I'm going to have to go ahead and say no.
Let me off.
Like, Sonny going to be very disappointed. I mean, Yeah,
Yeah, he
Sonny,
did
no,
say
he
Sonny
very
was gonna be very
disappointed.
disappointed.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can't, I can't do it. If I get pinched, that's it. He's letting them know, like, yo,
Exactly.
he risked his job.
Yeah, and he was not trying to risk his city job.
Exactly.
Because he was like, your son is brave. We appreciate what you did, what he did for us. And he was like, okay, yeah, my son is a good kid and he's brave, thank you. But he was like moving right along.
He's like, I'm just trying to put some money in your pocket.
Right. But he didn't want that money. But it was $150, y'all. So Moochie was $25
over and 25 under.
Yeah. It was gonna be $150 a weekend. Well, I'm kind of skipping. Okay, I'll wait because his wife was kind of looking like, oh yeah, there it is. She was like, well, maybe. I mean, it is $150 a week.
We could use that money. That's what she. That's what she. We could use that money, Lorenzo.
Right. But he kind of felt like once we do that, then there's going to be other things. So he was like, yeah, nah, I'm good on that. Now, this part had me cracking up, Moochie, when he goes to see the priest. What did you think about this?
Yo, he was like, do you know the fifth? And she was like, of course I know the fifth. I refuse to. He said the Fifth Amendment. He said the Fifth Commandment.
Yeah, that was freaking hilarious. And then he was telling him, like, just tell me, what it is. Because he told him, go back. What did you just say? And he said, I can't tell you. He said, yes, you can. Anything, between me and you, it stays there. And, God is like the most powerful. And he said, nah, your God is bigger than my God. I mean, my guy's bigger than your guy down here, and your guy's bigger than my guy up there. He said, okay, that's fair enough. So I think he told him that he only had to do 5 Hail Marys. And he was like, oh, that's not bad for a murder rap. Yo, this little kid was off
the hook. He was bugging out, though, yo.
Yeah, that was so funny to me. So he went running off, and the priest was like, excuse me? So now they finally... like Sonny wants to see him. I guess since he couldn't get through to Lorenzo, he decided, have him brought in here and talk to him. So what you thought about this conversation when he come in here to Sonny?
We knew this conversation was gonna happen because now he believes that Sonny is crossing the line. And he's trying to be as respectful because he knows he don't want to really get it mixed up with these guys because they're they're gangsters.
Yeah, he was asking him if he's scared of him, and he also, anybody remember what was his, well, I think it's kind of obvious what his favorite team was and who he was such a fan of? Because they spoke briefly about it, and
I do remember. I'm gonna put it in. Come on, if you live in the Bronx, then more than likely you this kind of fan. Anywho. Yes, Dallas.
Yes, the Yankees. You see him with his little Yankee hat on. But I feel like once he had this conversation with Moochie got it too. I feel like once he had this conversation with Sonny, then he wasn't a fan anymore. That kind of changed his mind. Like, this was something him and his father would bond over, not only riding the bus together, but they would talk about the game and talk about who they was rooting for. And he was so mad at them losing the game. And Sonny pretty much said to him, you mad about that? You do know that they don't care about you, right? And if your father, he asked him, how much do your father make? And he was like, I don't know. He said, well, they make a whole hell of a lot more than your father. And if y'all was to, be put out tomorrow or whatever, you think you could go and ask him for help? He said, why should you be so worried about them losing? He still get paid regardless, because he was also a big fan of Mickey Mantle. And it was like, even if he lose, he still makes money. So why would you be sad about that? And he basically never looked at baseball the same again and wasn't a fan of Mickey Mantle in the same way after Sonny said that. So that's the kind of impact that Sonny had. He was telling the truth. So the next thing you know, which I don't understand how he even got away with it as long as he did, he starts working at the damn bar. He over here bringing them down,
Bringing them drinks.
drinks, and he's his good luck charm when they start playing what the heck is that? Scraps?
CeeLo.
CeeLo,
Craps,
yeah.
craps. They was
Craps,
playing
yeah.
craps, not CeeLo.
Yeah.
Same thing.
So, and it was funny because they was trying to make sure Mush got the hell away from them. They like, you bad luck. We don't want you placing no bets. We don't want you near us when we placing a bet. And he becomes a good luck charm for Sonny. Sonny won a bunch of money. He had the big knot in his damn hand. And I think he gave him $100 the first time. And he was pretty
like,
much like, yes, because you got all of that money. So it's like, shoot, he was smart enough to know, like, you giving me the short end of the stick. You said I'll help you win. I should be getting a little bit more than that.
They used my father when this scene came on. He said that the kids are good luck. They do he said they used to do that a lot back then. He's like, kids are good luck.
Yeah, he was on a roll.
Yeah.
So
he had to put everybody in the bathroom.
Right.
Put them in the bathroom.
Remember, they was robbing this old guy that would come with the fruits and stuff all before. But now it's to the point where everybody on the block is kind of feeling like, okay, you don't mess with C because now C is cool with Sonny. So now all of a sudden he's actually over here giving him stuff for free and saying, make sure you let your mom know that this is from me, and let Sonny know that I did this for you. No, you ain't gotta pay me nothing. Your money is no good here. So when he runs upstairs to bring his mom, I think it was tomatoes. That tomato looks good too. I ain't gonna lie, especially to be in New York, because the tomatoes down south, baby, is another story. But anyway, when he runs upstairs to give it to his mom, they done found the money. Moochie, what you thought about this? What's the reaction? And
she found the money, and she was like, "What he doing with all of that money?" And his father was so furious that he was ready to give this money back.
Yeah.
And
do you think
like,
it was
wait,
right?
Lorenzo, we could use this for something.
Right.
Lorenzo, wait, calm down.
Exactly. Would y'all have kept the money? Put it in the chat. Would you have took the money back, or would you have kept it? Of course, in this case,
he had more money than his father had in his
pocket. Yeah, he did.
And he was like, "It's my money. Give it to me."
Yes. So of course he goes and he is going off. He breaks like, don't give my son no money. And it's the first time that, they kind of get into it. We got some words going back and forth now, because that's my son. You don't give my son anything. And he was giving it, back to them. And he didn't care that these were supposed to be gangsters. He knew that anything could have happened to him with him going in here, but he still was like, that's my son. They literally had to toss him outside. What you thought about that, Moochie? He was standing on business, as y'all young kids say.
He was wrong, though. He was like, look, now I'm trying to be respectful, but you stepping into an area where this is like not good. You messing with my son like this, and I'm asking you to leave him alone.
Yeah, he asked him nice at first, and then Sonny, he got kind of cute with him, and he was like, all right, I don't give a damn, that's mine. I know that's right. He said, Mama already had that money spent. Yes. Monique 69 ways that me and my grandmother found some of my brother's money and said, for her piece of that. I know that's right, shoot. I don't know, I might have kept it. I would have kept it and listen. I understood where he was coming from, though, but I was like, I don't know. I might have. And then, he tells him again, like, he kept letting him know you're going to understand when you get older. Of course, he's like, I ain't going to understand shit. Like, what's the big deal? Why you couldn't, just take the money? And they was asking, should they say something else to him? And Sonny was just like, yeah, nah, just leave it alone. Because I think he popped them and then he picked them up and carried them away. He was like, nah, we don't take nothing, from them. So I was like, okay. So now, of course, we done grown up. We grown up and we still been hanging with Sonny. Now we at the racetrack with him. I think it's like 1968, and we betting on the horse. But who bet on the horse too? The same horse that they did.
The mush.
And anything that mush touch turns to mush. So as soon as we find out he bet on the same horse, we already know we lost that one. It's time to go home. Now, these are the same guys that he was hanging out with, when he was smaller. They done grown up, so I can't stand these damn guys. What did you think about these friends of his?
They was a bad influence on him. They wanted to be tough guys so bad.
Mm-hmm.
They had their little social club, so somebody must be connected where they had like a hangout spot.
Yeah.
Like whose kids was these?
Yeah, I don't think they ever said specifically because I'm pretty sure, even though I know they was like the neighborhood kids as well, and he was hanging with them since they were small, but they never said specifically like whose son was who. But one thing I could say that I feel like Sonny and Lorenzo was like two different type of men on both on the opposite sides. But the one thing they both seemed to agree on and stay telling C was that these boys was trash. They kept telling him to stay away from them. But of course, it's their friends you grew up with, so he still would be there. And anytime it was a black person coming by, it's like, what they doing in our neighborhood? We don't want them here. And C would always be saying, well, they just passing through. They live over on that. Well, who said that? Who cares? I don't care. I don't want them coming through here. So I didn't like them already just based off of that.
I didn't like them because a lot of different stuff they was doing.
Yeah, they was just horrible all around, in my opinion. I didn't know why he even wanted to sit out there with them. So his dad is passing on his route and he calls him over from them and tells him, to come take a ride with him. I guess at this point, when you get older, you ain't hanging out with your parent the way you used to. Before, he used to love going with him on the bus route. Mm-hmm. So now he get up here.
It is like that though. My son used to ride with me sometimes.
It's you know how it changed. Oh shoot, sorry. So of course, this is his first time that he gets a look at Miss Jane on the bus. Okay. So he's all caught up into her. He's not even hearing what his father's saying right now. When his father's talking, that probably sound like wah 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 wah. But when he does see her, what does he say about her?
He said that she was beautiful.
Yeah, he was like, she's beautiful. She's tall, she's beautiful, she's classy, and she's black, but she's black. I was like, okay. So when he get off the bus, there's somebody that I think he was chasing this dude through the whole freaking movie named Louis. What did Louis owe him?
I'm gonna put it in the private chat. I'm trying not to blurt stuff
he was chasing him down, and Sonny was like, "Get over here! What the heck you doing?"
Am I right?
And then the other two guys were saying, "Yeah, whip his behind." Yep.
That's why they was a bad influence on him.
Yeah, he owed him $20. Give me $20. Give me $20. He said he had owed him $20 for the last 2 weeks, and he was telling him, "I'm a, KIWL, okay."
It was like he knows he owes me. Okay, I pay you next week. My grandma was sick. That's what I'm saying. Excuses like that.
That was hilarious to me too, and it was interesting because you seeing Sonny, who's supposed to be this big time, guy, or whatever, but he actually was telling him, you don't answer everything with, violence and fighting. Sometimes there's other ways. And he was like, do you even like him? Is that even your friend? And he was like, no, I don't even like that guy. He said, well, look at it like, that's $20 that you gave him basically to get rid of him. Like, you don't have to be bothered with him no more in your life. And he actually started having conversations with him, like, you know what I used to do when I was, locked up? And he was like, what? He said he was reading Machiavelli. And he like, who the heck is Machiavelli? So he just started talking to him about other things. But when we sit down and have this conversation, this was another moment that, like I said, reminded me of the show we was watching recently, because we talk about how, people only respect him because of what he can do for them, and is it better to be loved or feared? We start to have that conversation, and I was like, wait, we heard that recently. So
sure did.
We see these biker guys come by. Moochie, break this down. What was going on with these bikers, honey?
They came in. It seemed like they was gonna be all right in the beginning. But then we come to find out they are known for messing up bars. But not today. Not today. Okay.
Yeah. Because at first they was like, oh no, we gonna chill. We only want to drink. And he was like, all right, I'll allow them one drink. And then they decided to turn around and be real disrespectful. They really thought they had it. Hey, thanks for coming through. Yes, this movie is definitely a classic. Yeah, so they got a little cute, and then Sonny and them had to turn up. They was like, "Oh no, y'all came to the wrong bar," because apparently this was something they was just going around doing, and they thought, they had some suckers that they was about to be able to run up on.
Yup, they sure did.
And they sure enough end up getting their damn behinds wet.
Wet. They came out. Look, they got crushed by the fat guy.
Yes. And freaking Steve was hiding under the table the whole time. That damn thing scared him.
Heck so now, at the end of the day, he's still a kid.
Yeah. Now his dummy friends, Moochie.
Oh, now this is a fun fact, y'all. You see the guy that is selling the hammers to his friends? Yeah. Y'all know who he is?
Who?
That is, he's from The Wire. He's Herc from The Wire. He just
I see it now. I see it.
That's when he had hair.
Yes. Oh, he's real young here.
Yeah, he's a kid.
Yes.
Yes. She already knew the name. She's like, Dominic University.
Yes. I didn't realize that. That was a good fun fact. Okay. I see it though, now that you said it.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I want to say the other guy is John Turturro's brother too. But I'm wrong. I'm wrong. He's somebody else. He's not that.
Yeah, so Sonny had to come out there and check them, which I'm glad he did. He basically just told them they're a bunch of idiots. Like, why would y'all be out here trying to, you know what I'm saying? Get on some damn hammers. And then I had forgot to mention, when he did go on that bus ride with his dad had invited him to a boxing match, but Sonny had also invited him to the boxing match. And of course, Sonny has the front row seats, whereas his dad is up, the nosebleeds, so to speak. So what happens then, Moochie?
Oh, they came up. I want to say Whispers came up and said, why don't you guys come down and come sit with Sonny? We've got some seats down there. You just need to come down. And they said, we're all right with our seats here. And as much as Calogero didn't want to say that, he said it because, he was with his dad, but he could see that his father felt kind of offended by it.
Yeah. His father got in his feelings and he was like, I'm sorry, I don't want to hurt you. But he did want to be with him. He just had a different type of relationship with, the both of them. But for some reason, well, I can't say for some reason, I know the reason. But it's like his dad was not trying to budge. I don't care. I don't want you offering me no free seats. I don't want your money. I don't want nothing from you. Okay? Nothing, not a zero zip. So now we get over to the school and we see her there again. It's like, she came back across my path. It's meant to be. Okay. Anybody know the song that was playing when he sees her again walking down
I'm gonna put
the
it in the chat. I'm gonna put it in the
Yeah,
chat.
his
My
dad
favorite
was
movie.
definitely a proud man. Definitely a proud man. Mm-hmm. He was loving that chocolate, honey. Mm-hmm. She's like pretty brown eyes.
Let me see if anybody close to it. Nobody's close to it.
Yeah. Well, she got it. I only have eyes. Y'all know I'm sick. I'm still congested over here, but it was out. Yes. I said, all right now. Come on. Yeah. Yes. So this was funny to me too, because being as though we come from different, sides of the track, I guess you would say. We different races, we different ethnicities, all of that. He had kind of a thought of what he thought, like, of what her name would be, right? And he says, I bet she has some kind of exotic name. And it made me laugh because to him, exotic names was Monique or Danielle. I said, really? That's exotic? Shoot, he got way more exotic names than that now, honey. He couldn't have messed with me and my first name, because y'all know Tamika's not my first name, but that's my middle name. But honey, he wouldn't have been able to pronounce it, okay? So here he is prejudging her, talking about Monique or Danielle, and then she's like, my name is Jay. He was like, James. And then here he is, what's his name, Moochie?
Calogero.
I said the audacity, yes.
What? That's how she was.
Yes. Oh man, that was so funny because he over here trying to talk crap, but she told him she liked Italians because she was like, "What kind of name is that?" And he said it's an Italian name, and she wanted to fix his hat, give him a little style. She told him he wasn't wearing it right. I was like, okay,
all right,
So, when he said I didn't know my name was considered exotic, right?
Back then it was. That's the year I was born.
Crazy because that's what my aunt/godmother actually wanted me to be named Monique for my middle name. But my mama and them just went on about their business and did what they was gonna do.
You know what? That's a funny thing because that's what my mother wanted to name me, but my brother ended up coming home from school with a name, and that became my first name.
Okay.
My first name would have been Monique.
They got to talking, and she was originally waiting for her brother to walk her, but he told her he could walk her. And she said, okay, I live down Webster Ave. I used to hang out on Webster Ave. Okay, shout out to Webster Ave, yeah. I had some family that lived over there, too. So he told her, okay, that's not a problem. But, dun, 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 Moochie.
That's not a problem, but you know where he going, to the black area.
Mm-hmm.
He going all the way over there to walk home.
Yeah, and now when we have, black people coming in our area, this is what your friends want to do to them.
Mm-hmm. But at first he was like, they just passing through. Remember he said that to
Yes, he was always saying that.
He was like, they not doing nothing. They just passing through. Who told you that? My father told me. That's what he said.
Mm-hmm. So they get to beating them up, and he is, quote unquote, trying to break it up and tell them to run and leave. And it just so happens that one of the people that they done grabbed and beat on is her damn brother.
Yeah.
What's the odds of that? It's a small world after all.
Mm-hmm.
So now when him and Sonny is hanging out and talking, he's still kind of asking him, why the heck do you hang out with those guys? And, he's excited about this date he's supposed to have with Jane. So he kind of, trying to ask him advice about that. And Sonny actually tells him that, he'll let him use his card to go out and, what he's supposed to do to get with a woman or how he's supposed to treat a woman. And then him and his dad have this conversation about dating and also dating outside the race. What you thought about his dad answer, Moochie?
I thought he was like basically stick to your own kind.
Yeah.
And he was like, I get when I'm gonna just say it like this: when you hear your kid about dating somebody else, you always gonna have concerns for them getting hurt because people don't understand it.
His dad said he wasn't a racist. He was like, oh, I get along with everybody and I ride through there and things of that nature. I don't think it would be any way for us to really know whether he was or wasn't.
I don't think he was a racist. I don't think he was. I don't think he was racist.
I think that he just really did feel like, sometimes opposites and the problems that it could cause and the things you would have to go through and things of that nature. But of course, in C-Mind, he already got his mind made up and it's pretty much like, look, I like this chocolate girl I see. I'm about to go on over there on that side of town. I got me a hot date at 8. Okay, 7 o'clock on the dot in my drop top. So he was ready to go on this day. He was super excited, but when he get there, what happened, Moochie?
When he gets there, she show up in a car too. And then she like, wait, Moss, some people was in the neighborhood, in your neighborhood, and I think you was there. My brother says you were there. You did that to his face.
Right.
He was like, first he lied from the beginning. He said I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Then he said he was there. Then he said he tried to help him. So it was just a misunderstanding.
Yeah, but then he plays himself and says, "You
the N-word."
I said, "What?"
Did you see how she looked at him when he called her that? When he called her brother that?
Yeah.
She was like,
because at that point, it really didn't matter whether you was there, you was trying to help, or you was trying to hurt. Like, you just showed me who you was when you said that to me. Even though he said it in the heat of the moment, and when he said it, you could tell that he was like, damn, but everything that could have came out my mouth, why the hell I say that? But
I want to say he said it because the way he, even though he don't follow his friends, he hears it all the time.
Yeah. That cut worse than anything, and her face definitely was just heartbroken. Like, oh, okay, that's what you're doing. So of course now he come back home. Now he driving past, and Daddy looking out the window and sees him. Child. And so he comes to Sonny, and he's of course hurt and ticked off, and just want to give him the keys to the car and go ahead about his business. Sonny trying to ask him what's going on, but he didn't want to talk. And of course, now when he get upstairs, Daddy's approaching him because what the hell was you just doing, driving in this damn man car? And he's still pretty much trying to tell him what he's been telling him,
Like, you don't understand what these people is about.
Yeah, me too, Aries. I hated that part of the movie. I was just like, no, you didn't.
Yeah, me
and
too.
He's going through his motions because of what just happened. The dad is going through his motions because it's like you're driving around in this man's car and anybody could be coming after him. And if they see you in his car, then something can happen to you. And he, of course, still keeps trying to tell him, like, you could be anything in the world, of course. And he's still getting, the worst thing is to have a wasted talent. And he basically tells his dad pretty much, I'm paraphrasing, but like, you trash. You don't do nothing but drive the bus. You don't make no real money. You ain't a real man. Like, he tore his dad down because he was mad about what happened.
He said the working man is a sucker.
The working man is a sucker. Yep. Child.
So he schooled him.
So now when he comes back out, he's getting ran up on by Sonny. What happened with Sonny's car?
They tried to drive the car, it wouldn't start, and they had to pick up the hood, and there was some type of explosive under there. And he was more concerned about where did you go, who was you with, did you do this to my car? He's worried about all that. All of that, see, and this is my boy, that went out the window. Out the window.
Yeah. So that was a lesson for him too. It was a couple of lessons.
It was just like what his father said.
Right.
You cross him once, and he will put you in the ground.
Yep. Pretty much. And the thing about it was he honestly was telling the truth. He didn't know nothing about it. And that scared him even more because had him and Jane made it out on the date, plus he literally over here driving the car around, it could have went off on him anytime. So whoever did it didn't even do a good job, thank God, in this case. And then, of course, when his father sees this going on, because he was already going to come and try to, talk to him anyway after he left, how they left with the argument. He asking what's happening, and they over here talking about mind your business. Like, no, of course I'm not gonna mind my business. It's my child. So now he's turning up, and now he done got a 1-2, 1-2. That's not funny though. They bopped him up, and he on the floor, and he gonna tell him next time know when to speak and when not to speak. But that's my child. Come on now, Sonny. So his dad, of course, like he didn't give a damn. He would have literally risked his life,
exactly,
for his son. So now his dumb behind go get in the car with these clowns right after that. Right after Sonny stopping him just for going with them a little bit earlier when they was going to get the hammers. And they riding around, and the whole time they riding around, he's regretting it. And who luckily comes up and ends up getting him out the car?
Who else? Sonny. Look, I like the way he said he hit that guy out my nose.
Yeah, because he was trying to be like, what?
Hey, wait, he's with us. Come on, Sonny.
Yes. Well, me 69 ways says, well, call me a lollipop because I'm a sucker. Yeah, he yanks him out the car. Of course, he realizes that he made a mistake about, what he was saying in the position that he put him in. And like we said, he has that aha moment because he says to Sonny while they riding back, well, that means you always got to look like, keep your head on a ship. Y'all swivel, y'all. Yeah. Like you can't trust anybody. That means you always on the lookout. Is there anybody you trust? Is there anybody you could just be yourself with? And he basically was like, yeah, no. Right? So he realized his father been telling him the truth this whole time.
Yeah.
Because he always thought his father was just yapping to be yapping. You know how kids are. They act like you was born grown and you didn't go through all these things. They still just got to learn for themselves.
Yeah, sometimes.
So that definitely was a reality check. And he said he would never want to live his life like that. So, wait, I went too fast, I believe. When all of that happens, they let that Jane came there looking for him. And Jane brother tells her the truth. Now, this is my question to y'all, because that's all cute and fine and dandy, right? Jane brother told her the truth. She comes, he's excited. And my thing is, I never heard an apology for calling the N-word, though. Did y'all need the apology, or y'all was, or not? Y'all was okay with it?
I think he said sorry when they got there. He never said, I apologize for calling you the N-word, but he did say sorry.
Yeah, because I was waiting. I said, baby, we wouldn't have gotten that damn car. But what did he look out for when she got in the car and leaned up? Oh, I don't know. Well, what was he waiting to see? He was so happy. Oh gosh, he wanted to see if she was gonna open up the unlock the door for him. That was supposed to tell him that she's the right one. Yeah. And he jumped up in the air once he seen that she did it. Now, of course, these damn clowns. What happened when they went over here, Moochie? Is Moochie still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Kendall, I needed an apology too, babe. I needed an apology for real,
Yeah,
for
we
real.
didn't get like a apology like that, but I believe he did. She came back and there was some sort of apology, but he never, Dak, this movie did. I guess this part didn't transition well, and you know how we do that part.
Yes, that was the
So this,
issue for me.
yeah, so this part didn't transition well. But when you watched it in the nineties, was you thinking about that? You always thought about that?
It did bother me, but I don't think I thought about it as much as I thought about it when I recently watched it. I was like, yeah, no, because that ain't something you could just say. And Monique 69 Ways says, but he needed to be checked about that N word because if he can say that every time he gets, frustrated or mad, that could end up coming out
Not
again. I
even
wouldn't
only
trust it.
frustrated or mad, just talking about other people. How about that,
Mm-hmm.
y'all? Because you know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would have been definitely an issue for me with that.
1 second.
Mm-hmm. But they take they behind over to the store, and if karma or get you what you deserve, or be careful what you do because it might just come back onto you. Whoever you glue was a person. It was definitely his friends because they decided to go over here and throw Molotov cocktails and all of this through the windows. They over here pop, 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 my hammer, and as fast as they did it, and as fast as that car, rather the shop got set on fire, is as fast as they came and threw one of the Molotov cocktails back at them, and then flew inside the car, and they behinds was on fire. I said, now
Did you talk
that's a
about the ride on the way over there with them? How everybody wanted to act like they knew everything? Each one of
mm-hmm,
them kids in that car. The other guys, he got the whole thing of those Molotov cocktails
mm-hmm,
down by his legs, and he
right,
wants to light up a cigarette. And he's like, and
exactly,
I know what I'm doing. The other one driving the car fast, and the car is hot. It was just like everybody wanted to be a know-it-all.
yep. And if C would have stayed in the car, he would have been right there. And that's why when him and Jane, got in the car, he was like, oh, shoot, we got to hurry up and go over there because my friends, he thought about what they was going to do. And he tried to get there and stop them, but it was already too late. I was saying to them, like, if karma was a person, okay, if getting what you deserve, and be careful what you do because it come back to you, they was definitely the example of it because they got it
Oh
back in
yeah.
2.5 seconds. They thought they was just going to go and pop off, and
Mm-hmm.
they end up getting burned to a damn crisp, okay?
And
And that was
Calogero
definitely,
was down there with her because she knew that her brother was in danger, so he wanted
mm-hmm,
to go down there to try to stop
right.
them. But
Yeah, that was
the
definitely
crowd was
karma for
even mad at him,
that.
like where they didn't want him there.
Yeah, they was telling him get out of there. Everybody was giving him evil looks,
Mm-hmm.
and her brother said, "Man, go ahead, because they ready to like rip you apart right about now." So
Yeah,
he
he was like,
hurried
"Just
up.
go, man, go."
hmm He hurried up to get back, and he's walking, just wanting to tell me thank you because he also comes to realization that had Sonny not came and got him out that car, he
He would
would
have
be
been in there
toast.
with him. Mm-hmm.
What happened, Moochie? And Sonny over here, come over,
Oh,
hey.
this was sad because he was coming to thank him for saving his life because he would have been in that car. And he couldn't get to him through that crowd. And somebody came and gave him a pow to the head.
Yeah,
And
because
remember,
he's
this is the same kid that remember when they was beating up the black guys? That guy that pow Sonny? That's the guy that was out the window going, go, 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 the cops is coming.
yeah. And that's also what we found it out after the fact. But this moment, it always stuck out to me because he's going in slow motion. Everybody's looking like they enjoying themselves. He says everybody in the room has a smile except for one person. So that already made him be singled out to him because he's the only one looking serious. He's the only one that doesn't have a smile. And as he's walking over, of course, he knows what's getting ready to happen. And he's yelling no, trying to get Sonny's attention, but it's too late. He takes Sonny out. And of course, we end up finding out that this is the son of the guy. Remember the car accident? When he ends up getting taken out with the bat. So he came back from his revenge now because you done took my father out when I was little. Now I'm big. Now I'm all grown up. So Sonny is no more. So of course, we have the funeral and he's really watching, saying Sonny was right the whole time. Nobody really does care. Like he watching how everybody just talking and laughing and things of that nature. They all leave and it's to the point where he's just still sitting there by himself, and the funeral home director at this point is like, okay, we about to close up. You're going to have to get up out of here soon. And somebody comes while he's talking to Sonny. Who's this, Moochie?
This is Joe Pesci's character. I think his name is Carmine.
Yes.
And he was like, do you remember me? And he was like, he's going to be taking over now. He's going to be down at the bar. And if you need anything, Sonny's told me all about you. So basically, Sonny talked about Calogero like that was his son.
Yes.
And he saw him as such. And Carmine was stepping in ready to take let him know, you my guy too now. You come down here and if you need anything, you come to the bar. And he was like, I had enough of the bar. And he finds out that he was the guy from the car the car over the parking space. He was like, yeah, it wasn't over the parking space though.
Right. Because he always wanted to know that. And even when he asked Sonny, that's why I said it was one of the interesting things to me was, Sonny and his father, but they actually was saying a lot of the same things to him, and they was giving him different lessons, each that he could take with him in his life and use later on, even though he didn't know it at the time. And the one thing that Sonny said to him that was the same thing that his father said to him is, you'll understand when you're older. He never answered the question when he was like, was it over a parking spot? Because that's all he kept saying was it was over a parking spot. And so now you had Carmine, the actual person that was from it, saying, nah, it wasn't about a parking spot. You also had somebody else show up at the funeral that you wasn't expecting. What you thought about this, Moochie?
It was his father paying his respects. Even though they didn't see eye to eye, he knows that he kind of respected him as a man because, he was what he was. But he also told Calogero, watch, you're going to see how this turns out. And this reminds me of when Boys in the Hood with Lawrence Fishburne character.
Yes.
He said that to Trey when he was little. He was like, watch, you're going to see how they end up. I'm just doing this because I love you. And, sometimes you got to explain that to kids, though. And then they do end up seeing it later.
Yes. Sometimes you got to learn the hard way, but you still learn. Yeah, definitely. And he also thanks Sonny for saving his life, for saving his son's life. You know what I mean? And C was like, see, wow, like my dad is actually saying thank you, and you were wrong, Sonny. Somebody actually does care. Oh. So they end up walking off together. And he learned two lessons from two different lessons from two different men that he would carry on with him for the rest of his life. And the working man wasn't a sucker.
Yep.
Oh, y'all. This was good. This was good.
It was a good movie.
It was good. Certain parts was like, but certain parts didn't age well. We always gotta talk about that. That N-word definitely hit different. I was like, boy, you gonna have to do a little bit. We gonna have to talk a little bit more about that. Like, I know we ain't got time. We gotta run over here and stop, or try to stop these things from happening. But yeah, if you want to keep seeing me, I don't think I could have kept seeing him. I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all. But in Jane's case, if you want to keep seeing me, I'm gonna need a little bit more. Okay. That definitely wouldn't have been okay with me. And it was also interesting that when he looked at his friends laying there and they was burned to a damn crisp, baby, he was basically like, I don't know whether, I'm supposed to feel sad or not, because y'all didn't have no business going over there and doing what y'all did. It was like the part of him that felt like, damn, I could have been literally laying here like them too. It was the part of these all my friends that I grew up with for all these years. But it also was, y'all came over here and did some dirty ass crap and you got what you got back all at the same time. So he was feeling all of those emotions. But yeah, y'all, let me know what y'all thought about this movie. Did y'all ever like it? Was you just like, I don't give a damn? Was it one of your favorites? Was it a classic to you? Make sure if y'all come on the replay, y'all let us know replay again. Y'all came by, put some flames up in the sky. Tell us what y'all thought about this one. And Moochie, overall, what you think about this one? It's still hit the same, or
it still gets nostalgia. It still hits the same. The only part, like we said, when we go over stuff, we always see if something transitions well. The transition part, yeah. It's like, you know what, now. But I mean, when I watched it at that time, I didn't really think of it like that. Like it wasn't deep like how it is now.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like everybody's a little. I know he said the N-word.
Brown Freddy.
Hi. I know he said the N-word and he should have apologized, but back then things was different.
Yeah, I feel like they just glazed over it.
Yeah, they did. I agree. Yeah. And I feel like if that's your girlfriend, you should have been like, you know what? I will never use that word again. Could have been like that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And I also was kind of curious to see, but like I said, I know it's a movie we only got enough, so much time, because when she comes to the block and they're walking, he makes sure to hug her and give her a kiss and all of that. And somebody, I think it was an old lady, was looking or said something, and he was like, I don't care who sees us, like, you my girl, And so we know how his dad felt. So I would have kind of liked to see the dad see him with her and see his reaction as well, but we ain't have time for that. But he was making it known, like, I'm going to be with you. I don't give a damn what anybody, what I'm saying, says.
Just like he told the old lady, go back in your house and mind your business.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes, definitely check it out. Rewatch it. See what you think about it, y'all. That's why sometimes I like to revisit these. Even though I watched this a bunch of times back in the days, and I know I got it somewhere in here on DVD, probably VHS too, but it had been a little minute since I watched it. So when that part came, I definitely was like, oh no, like, baby, I wouldn't even been able to just walk away. I would have slapped fire out of him on the spot.
Yeah.
But she was so caught off guard by what he said. But yeah, I still like it. I still like it. And it was still definitely lessons in there and things that reminded me of other movies and other shows we watched, where I was like, I wonder if they took that from this. This definitely probably was part of the blueprint, So, yeah. Yeah, I always love Mafia movies too, Kendall. Y'all know I love all different genres, but sometimes I like a little shoot 'em up, bang, bang. Sometimes I want to choose violence, okay, but only on TV movies. So that's why I was like, this is a segment I've been wanting to do for a long time. I was originally supposed to start it last year. I kept putting it off, but I was like, yeah, we going to finally do this. So, if y'all didn't see my first one, that was Warriors, and I actually missed doing one in January. So I was trying to make that up. And so it's going to be 2 for this month. It's one that Moochie got coming up that I was like, well, that's on my list too, so we could just go ahead and collab on that. I'll let her tell you.
Yeah, we got 2 collabs that we gonna do.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. But yeah, Moochie, tell the people what you got coming up, girl.
All right, y'all. Tonight at 9 is Run DMC. We doing that first. Yep. Hollis Queens, Run DMC, King from Queens. It's on Peacock. We're talking about the first episode, and tomorrow, don't forget, we will be talking about High Town. We'll be doing some foreshadowing moments. If you have not seen the video that I put up for my theory for Raising Canaan with Unique and Stefano, check that out. And I got 2 more theories coming in another video. So please keep y'all notifications on. Wendy Williams will be coming on Saturday. Nita and myself will be doing the recap on Sunday. And I will be also doing Hell Up in Harlem with Tamika. So tune in, keep y'all notifications on. And the last thing, we are going to be breaking down BMF's trailer. So, keep y'all notifications on. We got a busy week and we gonna get it in.
Yeah, getting busy in these YouTube streets. Y'all know I was down for a minute, but I'm back again. Yeah, so now y'all see we done came to the Bronx and we'll be in Queens later. Yep. But also
get on the train and come to Queens.
Right. So of course y'all know I'll be joining Moochie for High Town, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday I got the Oval Sisters, all the
and then we do High Town on Friday.
Yeah, we do High Town Friday after that episode is, and Friday is also gonna be Flashback Friday, which will be, who's the master? Show enough. Okay, The Last Dragon. Make sure y'all join us with that. And I think Saturday I'm joining Pretty Girl, Detroit Kings, and just a panel of your favorite YouTubers. We're going to be discussing Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Sunday, y'all know we go back to, Sunday's going to be a busy day. Go back to Club Eden, and then is Sunday our throwback movie, or is it the following Sunday? But anyway, y'all, I know that we have the fourth Sunday is Hell Up in Harlem. I also have a poll up. If y'all haven't taken the poll, y'all know we always do it the fourth Sunday of every month. So far, Foxy Brown is winning. But if you have not voted, make sure y'all go and vote on that.
You could go to either community tabs. We'll be tallying up the votes probably after this week, because this Hell Up in Harlem, I believe, is the last thing on the list, or was it a filler for the moment while we made the list?
Yeah, Hell Up in Harlem, they wanted the part 2 because last time we did Child, I don't know. I remember the name of the daggone first one.
Oh, we did so. Oh, the first one we did with Fred Williamson.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot the name of that.
Yeah, I'm child. My mind
it was we found out it was the continuation. Right. That's why we jumped on it right away.
Yes. So
we did not know that. Dad, what is the name of the movie?
I'll tell y'all right now.
Well, we did not know that was a sequel. We did not know Hell Up in Harlem was a sequel to the movie that we did.
Right.
When we found out,
Black Caesar.
Black Caesar. So Black Caesar. Yeah, so Hell Up in Harlem, we just we had found out that day that we was reviewing it that Hell Up in Harlem is a sequel to Black Caesar. So
yes,
we figured we'd get on it because we had fun with it and people asked. So
hey baby, what's going on, cuz? Thanks for coming through. Love you. Yeah, so yeah, that's what we pretty much got going on. And also, I think it's the 23rd, Mia Copa, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, but Kelly Rowland, the Tyler Perry Netflix film, comes out the 23rd. We'll be doing that for the movie night with the ladies that following Thursday, which I think will be the 29th. So make sure y'all check that out so that y'all can join us for that discussion. And that's pretty much all I could think of right about now. Yeah, I did start a Kindle. I've been so busy and playing catch up right now that I haven't really got to get into it. But yeah, I'm hearing a lot about that Vince Staples TV show as well. If y'all don't know about that, that's on Netflix. Make sure y'all check that out. So that's what we got. We thank y'all so much for coming through. We gonna see y'all later. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you don't get to, join the live, of course, you always have the replays is there for y'all. And we gonna go ahead and get up out of here because I gotta get on the train and get the Queens. Later, y'all.
Later, y'all. Oh, see you for the battle royale.